pretty much. Akshon now has the EMP. It's now or never. He's going to go ahead and use it, gets 4 people with it. Rascal takes him out, though. Now the EMP comes in again, and with the sound barrier that San Francisco had, they're in a great position to finish this one off. Rascal with yet another boop on to Elsa to finish him off. Got the DMAC there. Sinatra firing into the air, but you can't take the point with the Vara 2 off in the barrage. Unsuccessful, and that'll be round number 1 going into the Shock as soon as they clean out the rest of the members of the Hunters, and they do. It's 1 point. The Shock here on Ilios. Sinatra down, the rally running out now. Super, no ultimate, couldn't build it in time. He's dead. Chengdu Hunters. Looks like they're gonna tie things up here on Ilios. Among gets knocked out by Rascal though. All right, gets a kill with the minefield on the Moth. It's a bit insane at the end, but the Hunters hold on. And we are going to round number 3, I believe.
Sinatra's here, he's standing in the Transcendence, but they catch both of them in the Graviton. That should do it.
Yeah, you need a lot more time than that to build up an EMP, and the Hunters equalize.
They run it back, 100-0. Credit to the Hunters.
Yeah.
They make a lot of swaps off of the McCree comp. And Eviltal, really the hero with that double environmental limb.
A little bit weaker here.
Shocker coming back. They're going to have a 6 versus 5 in favor of the Shock right now.
I mean, Sinatra's got that desperation Sombra, but the EMP comes in. Once more onto Super, onto Choyobin. Among gets hacked on the other side, but there's another grab coming in for Yangzhou, and that's just a bit too much for the Shock to handle. They made it close, but in the end, it's going to be the Hunters taking Ilios.
Impressive first win by the Hunters there.
Yeah.
You can't help feel that Well was sort of given up by the Shock, but Chengdu around the corner, it looked like it was going straight up, but watch this. So he places it. Look at the placement.
Oh, that is
perfect. It doesn't get any more perfect than that.
Nope. Evil telling out. There it is. Rascal's rally. Not too helpful just yet. Sound barrier comes in for San Francisco, though, and Kyo is down. So they're still in this one, but with no main tank, it's going to be kind of tricky. Only that 1 tick needed. Nice hack into Choyobin. The
Reaper's out. Sinatra's here on the Reaper trying to stall this point. They're going to try and grab him right now, but he won't die.
Yeah, well,
finally.
Now. I mean, it's all a matter of stalling out. Among has no health, but it doesn't matter. That's a take for the dead. I think he could have probably gotten the kill on him off, but how about that? I think they'll take that.
They'll take that instead. Sinatra, though, going to get in the back line, and both supports now down for the Chengdu Hunters, so that's going to be it for them, unless Yang Xiaolong has a massive pop-off here.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It'd be pretty tough to expect something like that. Super down. Oh, that's something anyway. Among out of the way, though.
Moth on a murdering spree.
Yeah, punching people out. Getting bloodthirsty there.
Oh, reload going to temporarily delay this, so they do get the healing down. Ooh,
that's looking like they've got it all locked up anyway.
That Elsa DMAC was so important.
Well, the nano boost that was used on that. I almost never see something like that. Among just can't survive. There's no way to hold this one, and it's going to be an extremely good time for the San Francisco Shock. That's that. Wow. Talk about fast. That momentum and taken by the Hunters yet. And they're down to 2 minutes remaining. Rascal down, though. That's something. 65. Transcendence are getting aggressive with the support ultimates. They can use it on the San Francisco side too, but there goes Moth. Jinmu down as well. Gets nothing with the barrage. He does get res, but now the grab comes in and Super and Sinatra down anyway.
Had to use that EMP. It was a react there, maybe.
Oh, they got there.
Barely.
EMP. Did they get the barrage as well? We'll see. The minefield goes down. Among down immediately. There's the barrage. 1, but only 1 for Jinmu. And Hunters still looking a little bit threatening here on the point. Now the EMP comes in on the Sinatra side of things. Yang Xiaolong down. Super firing away. Elsa DMAC'd it. A minefield of San Francisco's on the point now, and that should be it. Shock will hold the Hunters to just 3 points. A lot of charge towards the barrage at the same time here. Among down.
He was hacked on the point. Sinatra dropped down and hacked him.
Well, that's the thing. When you only have that 1 tank, sometimes you get those angles. Yang Xiaolong down, and Chengdu Hunters are going to have to give up this point A pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Are they going to swap off? Jinmu at least nearly has a barrage.
Yeah, it's all falling apart now. Rascal, or a Super rather, falling asleep on the point, but that's okay. You can still take the point while he's sleeping. That's fine. Sinatra comes in, EMP. It's the remaining members of the Hunters. Yveltal escapes it, but you can't stop the Shock from winning the map. That's going to be San Francisco tying things up as we go into half. Taking a lot of rocket hits. They got to keep him alive. They can't. Also with the finishing blow there, and Chengdu's got the barrage. I mean, if Shock ever show their face, that'll happen. There you go. Point illustrated. Violet down again, and I gotta say, Shock has done a pretty good job of taking more time off the time bank than really any team should have a right to, but it's only a matter of time before the Hunters get the payload moving.
And there it is. So gotta use it to get space.
Rally.
There it is, through the window.
All right, yep. Playing it safe, nobody caught by that one. Now the EMP comes in, and Super doesn't stand a chance. I mean, when you try to defend in such an open area, you're gonna get hit with that EMP, and you're not gonna find this over in time. That's gonna be point B taken with a solid time bank to work with here on C, 3:30. Out of the mech, sound barrier on a few members of Shock as they try to cling to it, but only a one meter to go, basically.
They're gonna try and grab Super onto the car, just hold him there. Does have the adaptive shields, he's still alive.
Yeah, not for long, he's down, and that is it, 158 in the time bank.
They snowballed beautifully.
Whoa, here he
Violet.
comes.
And there's the immortality field, keeping him alive, and A-Bug actually the one to fall. They got drawn in.
Super close call, but they ended up keeping him alive, but now Rascal comes in, the kill on the Veltal as well. Shock tearing through this classic defense. Be careful when you're standing in front of the Road Dog, but still, they're pretty good.
I like how aggressively they played to that immortality field.
Yeah.
Following up on San Francisco, ripping through Icon Ball.
All right, there's the amplification matrix and the shatter from Super, setting up another team fight win, and the Shock are making an incredible time.
They certainly are.
That's fast.
As they take point B, Chengdu have a clean attack.
Lifted the hammer up, and it looks like not nothing that happened. He's got it again, and that's a 5-man shatter and a 4-man self-destruct. What is this point C right now?
That might have been the fattest back-to-back.
Elsa was so close to that EMP. That is tough. And now a shatter from Super. Chengdu not expecting that one. And Yveltal not get. Oh, he barely got away. Grab coming in now in favor of the Shock, and the Hunters still trying to delay as long as they can. Now the EMP hits 3. Super gets a Zarya shield with Violet there with the Transcendence. And nobody there to stop the payload. So the time bank, dangerous moment here. Fast amp matrix, but it always is from Rascal. No Shock there, 2 ticks taken already. Can they get back on the point? No, they can't! Able to give Veltal down. They can't even get back there to delay it. Great start for the Shock.
That was masterfully played by the Shock. You can see how delivering
a little bit. That payload moving for just a moment, but the Hunters coming in with all the kills, and this looks like where it's probably going to end. For Shock's overtime push, that's a 2-man shatter. Here comes the charge, and right into Moth. And Shock cannot sustain, it looks like, on the payload. So point A was taken, but in the end, the payload not making a ton of progress. Eventually, you would imagine, that should be about it. And the Hunters will stop the payload right there. You can just toss that up on the high ground. He's gonna wait for them to drop down. This could be a pretty good EMP for Elsa. All right, watching Lucy on the lower right as well. But where's the sound barrier? It comes in for the Hunters. Rascal, unable to get the benefit there. Oh boy, the Hunters, they've done it. They've won this fight, and they've won this map. They're gonna take a lead in this series as they take a victory. Use that EMP. It's basically everybody on that point right now. Dragon Strike comes through, but it's only a bit of a delay. All right, that's okay. So we've been with the self-destruct just to create a little bit of space. Elsa out of the mech, and it's about time for the Hunters to give up point A. Yeah, it's about it. So at the end of the day, they slowed the Shock down, but not as much as they...
Another defense here.
Young Jalong close to another EMP. They might have another fight win if they can land a good ultimate here. Slam comes in. Kyo down Violet. Always finding those big picks on the Zenyatta. Such a specialist at getting those long-range picks. Elsa manages to avoid the self-destruct. Gets demeched anyway, though.
That is so important for the...
As he's ducking in and out of that range here. Now the sound barrier comes in for the Hunters. Big hack, though. Back onto the Shock again, and nothing to stop that Earth Shatter from coming in from Among. And that is where the payload will stop for San Francisco. They don't get it done. Man, he got knocked way up in the air during the animation. And Shock may not have been expecting him to come down with that. Grab used, and Rascal again with 2 kills. firing through that implication matrix, making another 3K. Absolutely insane. He's gonna get another one. Yep, that's a 4K for Rascal on the Batista. Finish it up, and that's it. What a way to end that map, and what a way.
Oh boy, it looks like now this is going to be it for Chengdu. They fought valiantly, but Sinatra's there. Everybody EMP. Joyobin!
Joyobin following up on the EMP with the self-destruct. And I don't think anybody's getting there to contest this one. 98-99, Among barely gets their attack, taken down immediately. Elsa tries his luck to keep things alive, and Doofus comes in, and then exit very quickly. That should be about it for the first point here. What an insane. There's not a lot of players in the Shock left on this one. Sinatra goes down to the grab. Yveltal with the final blow there. Rascal comes in with the rally. No kills for Joyobin this time. And it looks like they've got this wrapped up. Shock trying to hold on, but I think that's going to be it for this round. I think the Hunters are going to tie up Oasis. They will.
Oh boy, no, it's coming down to the last.
He's got the Zarya shield. That said, the grab coming in, and they're all trapped on the point. Can they get there? Can they get back on? They can, but the sound barrier is there. The Hunters, I think they might have done it.
They're
they might have done it. Might have, we'll see. There we go, overtime ticking. And the Hunters, they get the kill, and they will be the second team to take down the Shock in stage 3.
Wow, Chengdu Hunters coming.